let's see any storm reports that we're talking right now. There's nothing to report from emergency management at this time in terms of storm damage, but we do have an ongoing tornado warning in effect until 1:30 for those of you in Watauga County. So if you're not in Watauga County, but you know someone who's there, it's not a bad idea to wake them up and tell them to get to their safe place, the lowest floor of their home, away from windows, away from doors, in an interior room, just get as many walls between them and the outside. It is so important to take those steps when we have a tornado warning and some possible rotation. As we look at radar, the velocities, there is some indication of a rotation with this particular cell. Some of the cells we've looked at tonight were not as pronounced, not as impressive when we look at the velocities. And this is basically a product that we use to give us some indication that based on the radar that we could have a tornado, but really it comes down to damage, it comes down to spotting one, getting some reports in. Perhaps we could pull out some more data that would suggest that we have some debris, and that would be very similar to what we're looking at here. We call that correlation coefficient. That indicates that there is some damage being carried with the tornado. But right now, we're starting to get some of the range folding with the radar. As you can see, some of the colors starting to bleed together. But lightning is one of those factors or indicators, if I may, that shows that the intensity, at least, is being sustained as the storm moves over. So right now, it looks like an X-ray of the storm on your screen if you're staying up late with us tonight. It is 1:08 a.m. on your Tuesday, so we're headed into the wee hours of the morning after midnight, and we do have severe thunderstorm watch in effect until 4 a.m., primarily for the mountains. It includes Avery, Watauga, and Ashe counties for tonight until 4 a.m. We have severe thunderstorm warning in effect for the overnight, and that includes, as you see it here, Ashe County, Avery County, as well as Watauga counties for tonight. And we have a tornado warning in effect. And this is for Watauga County, places like Boone, Meat Camp. We have, see what other ones in here, Beach Mountain, for example, Banner Elk. So the Banner Elk, you're not in the tornado warning. This warning is now being shaved back. Beach Mountain, the worst of this particular cell is now east of you. As we continue to see this loop here, let's pause it just to rest your eyes here. So Boone, we do have the heaviest, the strongest part now moving that you'll see from this cell. Should be moving in very soon. I want to put a storm tracker on here, so I'm going to do that. And we'll go out about here. This will take it all the way out of the area, guys. We're looking at Boone at 116, so within the next 5 to 10 minutes, because it is moving with some pace tonight at 45 miles an hour. Brownwood coming in at 128, Oval at 134, Harley 137, Maple Springs at 139, Obitz at 143, and we'll continue to see. I want to take another look at the velocities, and we'll rewind. At this hour, I'm losing my voice, like, should be resting it. Nonetheless, so if we take it back into East Tennessee, notice right there by Johnson City, you see the bright green, the red, notice the lightning. It's continuing to maintain some level of, see the word I'm looking for, it's holding together. Best way to put it, to simplify it. So we're seeing some possible rotation, broad at times, weak at times. sustaining and then moving towards the east. So we're going to take a live look right now. This is coming in from App State, and notice the lightning, very frequent lightning as we are capturing. This is a live view coming in from App State in Boone at this hour. There's one car there moving tonight. But yes, the skies are definitely illuminated tonight. The intensity of that lightning, very frequent lightning, within seconds we're seeing back-to-back lightning strikes from this view. And these are some strong storms continuing to move through the mountains for tonight, so you likely hear them. Here in Charlotte, I can't hear the lightning, that thunder, but it's likely waking some of you up tonight. So if you are waking up and you hear some storms nearby, go ahead and move to your safe place. You can watch us on our WCNC Plus app on your TV, your Roku device, also on WCNC.com. So you can take us with you on your phone or on any of your devices to your safe place for tonight, as we do have that risk for ongoing severe weather. Severe thunderstorm watch in effect until 4 a.m. If you're just joining us, what you're seeing on your screen is the velocity. So we look at the winds within the storm, winds that could be transported down to the ground. Even in the higher elevations, we're actually looking right now at some of those winds as we are in Blowing Rock right now. This is a live look, and you can see that it is quite gusty there. Notice some of the trees there. I know it is a nighttime view, but this is in Blowing Rock right now. We do have some gusty conditions, and you may have noticed that flicker of light at the top of the screen. That was once again a view of the lightning that we're capturing for tonight. And it is really coming down in the mountains tonight. So a familiar view. Most of you are used to seeing this type of view. This is a look at radar right now. And we do have some ongoing showers, some thunderstorms. And we have a tornado warning in effect still for Boone in Watauga County until 1:30. As you see it here. So we'll let that loop for a second. I'm going to take a look right now and see if we have any reports of damage coming in. And I'm not seeing any reports of damage right now as I look at the storm reports coming in from the National Weather Service Blacksburg office at this time. So, meat camp in Watauga County, Boone, looking at Mabel, Amantha, and the heaviest of that storm is right overhead in the heart of Watauga County now. Boone, the heaviest rain is moving overhead. If we can switch it over, take a look at the sky cam in Boone right now. Yes, conditions have gone downhill there as the onset of the heaviest rain and the storm is now moving into Boone at this time. You can see conditions have changed dramatically within the last couple of minutes. Notice sheets of rain carried by the strong wind gusts within this cell here. Really bringing the conditions down for tonight. So poor conditions out there for tonight. Stay in your safe place because of the damaging winds. When it comes to strong wind gusts, it's not just the winds, but also the winds could blow around debris. Things can be carried in the wind, and those are the objects, the items that can actually lead to damage. And we could have some damage to trees and to power lines because of the severity of this cell that's continuing to move. So the severity of the storm, the integrity of the storm is holding together for the most part. We are shaving back some for the National Weather Service on the areas that are under the tornado warning at this time, but it is ongoing for at least another 14 to 15 minutes through Watauga County. We have a tornado warning in effect. If you're just joining us tonight, if you're waking up and you hear heavy rain on your rooftop, if you hear the thunder, that's frequent cloud to ground lightning happening in the mountains tonight. And we've already had a strong storm to move through Ashe County. We had a tornado warning there about an hour ago. Actually, at this point, it was almost 2 hours ago. And now we have a storm that is showing some signs of rotation in Watauga County. And that part of the storm is just north of Boone now. And as I take a look here at the velocities, and I'll take you back just so we can get a better idea of where this possible rotation is. So if you follow that cluster of lightning here, right in here, as it approaches western northwest Watauga County, and notice how it's taking that slight little jog to the south and east. So that's very important to watch right in there. Still north and west of Boone, right in the northern sections of Watauga County, just south of Avery County. Some of the roads in that area, 421, 221. So let's see if we have another view there. And that view we're looking at is App State, if we can pull that up. So that's App State there. And yes, the lightning is frequent. Lots of lightning in the mountains tonight. And this will be ongoing. I want to broaden out the view here. And you can see we have this line of storms that is continuing to slowly make its way to the east. Don't be surprised if we do have some flood alerts for some areas. They could be localized. In other words, isolated, confined to some smaller places. So if you know those typical trouble spots from a heavy rain event that could flood in a short amount of time, those are the areas you may want to avoid if you do get an early start for Tuesday morning, especially before the sun rises, so the pre-dawn hours. So just kind of watch out for that, and watch out for any limbs or branches and things of that nature if you're getting an early start to your day on Tuesday. So continue to stay weather aware out the door for Tuesday morning due to the severity of the storm potential for tonight. So what's happening here, this feature that I'm looking at on radar, notice how we call this sort of bowing out, and this is the leading edge. Sometimes we see in the daytime, we'll see a shelf cloud, and that feature, this is how it could look on radar. Let me draw this here so you can understand where I'm coming from. But notice how it's this slight curvature. That bowing feature indicates some strong winds right on the leading edge. And when I say leading edge, the areas that will first receive the onset of the heaviest rain, the strongest winds with this line. And so that could be right on the leading edge. Exiting Boone now, heavy rain moving overhead in Meat Camp. Could have some possible rotation moving towards Meat Camp now, right in this area where Meat Camp is. And between there and Boone, we could have some area of possible rotation. So, which is why we have this tornado warning in effect until 1:30, and it looks like it's been extended out until 2 a.m. for Watauga and Ashe counties. So it's going to head towards Obitz if it holds together. But it looks like this portion of the storm may be cut off, at least. That's under the warning now, which is going to be areas west of Boone, like Beach Mountain, Leander could eventually be removed from the tornado warning. But for now, I would stay at my safe place if you are in Watauga County. And if you're in the southern portions of Ashe County, between now and 2 a.m., that's only about 38 minutes, really, to just kind of stay vigilant, stay weather aware, kind of keep your eyes aware and to what could be happening outside your window. Don't go near the window. But yeah, you want to get as many walls between you and the outside when we have a tornado warning, and get to the lowest floor of your home and just stay there. It's not a bad idea to ride out tonight on your ground level if you could, just because we do have the risk for severe weather. Bear with me just 1 second. So once again, if you're waking up and you're hearing some thunder tonight, as we reset radar, so western Watauga County, we have a tornado warning in effect until 1:30. That's about 7 more minutes. That's going to include places west of Meat Camp, west of Boone, like Beach Mountain. Let's go in here a little bit closer. Amantha, Mabel, Leander. It looks like you guys could be removed from this tornado warning here very soon as this cell continues to push off towards the east. Signs of rotation are not as pronounced as they once were. I'm checking to see if I have any damage reports coming in, if anybody spotted anything, and I'm not seeing any damage reports. But as of right now, as you look at your screen here, we have a tornado warning in effect until 2 a.m. for Ashe, Watauga, and Wilkes counties. This is going to be in the mountainous areas. It does not include the metro. It does not include our South Carolina counties. It does not include areas east of Charlotte, east of I-77. This is primarily for the mountains, as we do have a severe thunderstorm watch in effect until 4 a.m. That's going into the early pre-dawn hours of Tuesday morning, as we have a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado. And this is going to be in Watauga County. This is going to be over near Sands, near Boone, and the storm is continuing to pick up some speed. So it is moving with pace tonight at 50 miles per hour to the east. So it is really blowing through Watauga County. So the main concerns tonight are really going to be damaging wind gusts. Flying debris can be extremely dangerous, as we know, is one of the risk factors when we talk about the potential for damage from or harm, if I may, from a tornado. You know, a lot of items can be blown around, used as projectiles, and those are some of the things that we want to take into consideration. So make sure that you're in your safe place. If I know some people work overnight, so if you work overnight and you work in the mountains and you're headed out on a lunch break, you may want to stay put and ride this storm out until it blows over. But for now, we do have this tornado warning in effect through Boone, where we have this loop. So this is a radar loop, what you're looking at on the screen. This is how we track these storms here in the studio, just so you have that notification, you have that early heads up of where it's going next. And a storm track would tell us where it's going, and I'm going to put it right here. I'm going to start it about here and take it out until it's out of our area. So obits by 1:43, so that's in about 20 minutes, a little less than 20 minutes. Coming in at Fleetwood at 1:33, so that's less than 10 minutes away. Todd at 1:26, so that's happening right now, at least the heaviest rainfall. The winds are just not far behind. That area of rotation, possible rotation based on our radar indicators, it's going to be right over near Meat Camp. Let's see how that's looking now. Really not as pronounced. Let's go through here. So we do have some weak area rotation in here, which is why this warning is still in effect for now. So if you're staying up and you're tuning in and keeping an eye on this system, just make sure that you are, staying in your safe place. So I'm checking now. As you see, I'm trying to multitask if you're wondering why I'm taking a pause. So let's take a look at the data here and see if I'm getting any reports of damage. I'm not seeing any reports. So the first tornado warning for Watauga County should be expiring here very soon. It's set to expire at 1:30 as the cell is now pushing east. Those of you in Caldwell County, there's some heavy rain, non-severe, could have some isolated lightning, some thunder. This is going to be moving just west of Lenoir here very soon. So western Caldwell County, not severe, but there's some heavy rain, some lightning moving near Patterson, Globe, Kings Creek. So this is going to be moving in tonight. And let's see, where are we? So up here so Meat Camp, the storm is now east of you. Let's check this area here and see. It's kind of all blending together at this point, guys. Right now, the tornado warning is right on the county line between Watauga and Ashe counties now. There's a chance that they could cancel the warning before 2 a.m. So I'm going to check and see if there are any indicators that this warning will be canceled, because it is showing signs of weakening at this point. And that's right there on your screen. You can see the purple box. That's a polygon that indicates where we could have some possible rotation. That's now east of Boone. So Boone, really any possible rotation, damaging wind gusts are going to be east of you now. It's now moving away. Really will have some lightning, steady rain, light to moderate showers. Could have another thunderstorm late tonight, but the severe storm right now is now east of Boone at this hour, moving into southern Ashe County. So there are some signs that the storm is weakening into Ashe County. So we will keep an eye on it, but I do think the tornado warning is going to expire. We're seeing some configuration in terms of the little notch there. As you take a look at your screen by Boone, you can kind of see how it kind of has a little indentation right there. That could show some development, but I'm just not seeing anything that screams rotation within that cell. So I think that's an area to watch, as the cell did shift a little bit more to the south and east. So it did jog a little bit to the south, right in there. And let's follow the lightning. So, let's see. But if you have any reports, if you see any damage when you get up in the morning and you can safely do so, share any photos with us, please. Use the Near Me feature. You can use it on your WCNC app, and you can upload a photo and also plug in the information so we can know where it is, and we can share that on Wake Up Charlotte on Tuesday morning. So the warning is going to remain in effect until 2 a.m. So it looks like we're going to be riding out the tornado warning here for southern Ashe County until 2 a.m. However, you can really start to see that this cell is breaking down. There is some weak rotation with it. However, it is continuing to break down. But if you have reports of damage, if you see anything, if something sounds odd, let us know. We would love to know how these storms are behaving on the ground, because I have the vantage point from here, and yes, I have products that I'm using, but it'll be nice to know what it was like, what the experience was like, and if you have any images or video or pictures that you can share with us and safely do so. One product that I didn't check, I'd be interested to see if we had any hail, which I don't see any indicators here. So it doesn't scream. Okay, I see a little bit of hail. So I'm going to measure it just to see about east of Beach Mountain. We may have had a 1/4 inch, slightly bigger hail there. Let's zoom out. I saw a few more returns. Let's go over here. So it's, okay, maybe a 1/2 inch may have fallen hail in diameter. So there's a chance that we may have had some hail to fall. So it looks like in Watauga County we had maybe a little more than a 1/4 inch in diameter hail. So let's switch it back over to radar. So as I reset radar, so here's where we are for tonight. So we had a tornado warning in Ashe County around 11 p.m. going into the midnight hour, and now we have a tornado warning that has been extended. It was once in Carter and Johnson counties, moved into Watauga County, and the warning was extended through Watauga County, now moving from Watauga east of Boone, out of Boone, moving into southern Ashe County until 2 a.m. So we do have some overnight storms. If you're waking up tonight and you hear thunder, heavy rain on your rooftop, the winds are gusting outside, that's because we have a severe thunderstorm watch in effect until 4 a.m. That's about 2.5 hours at least on the watch for tonight, and we have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect until 2 a.m. as well as a tornado warning. And when we have a severe thunderstorm warning with the potential for a tornado, that's where we could get that tornado. We're looking for indication of rotation. We're talking about that rotation touching the ground, and once it does and someone sees it, or if it produces damage after a survey, based on that would tell us what type or what severity that tornado was. But as of right now, based on some of the radar data, we have seen some possible rotation with these cells for tonight. At times, they have sort of wobbled, and some rotation, and then some signs of redevelopment, and then some signs of weakening. Haven't gotten any confirmation, although we do have this warning that will remain in effect, and it looks like we're going to ride out this warning at least for 20 more minutes until it's out of the area. And let's see, where are we here? Still not seeing any reports of damage. Let's see. No reports of damage at this time. Let's see. So, nothing coming in from the National Weather Service in terms of damage reports. So, as of right now, we have a tornado warning storm that's now exiting the area, and behind it we're going to have showers, and this should help stabilize the atmosphere, guys, for tonight. So as I pause the radar here, so essentially what we have here, where we have the tornado warning right here, this whole area here, the tornado warning is here. So this is moving to the east and northeast. This entire section here is going to be the leading edge. The leading edge of this line is the strongest. This is where we have the best chances for severe weather, where we have the potential for damage and wind gusts, where we have typically the heaviest rainfall, as well as that lightning threat that's more so pronounced. Behind it, such as right in here, for the most part, is becoming more stable. So the atmosphere is starting to get worked over a little bit. If this hangs around a little bit longer, it can help cool us off a little bit. So sort of douse the flame, if I may, because the atmosphere is unstable tonight in the mountains, and we do have enough instability as it stands thus far to support severe weather, and that's why we've had some ongoing showers and thunderstorms. Typically this time of year, showers and thunderstorms are not lasting through tonight. Is it unusual? Not really. However, typically, you know, we watch them die with the setting sun. But these storms over the past couple of weeks have maintained some level of intensity, even during the day, mornings and nights. So where we stand now is the tornado warning is continuing to stay put for now as that cell moves to the east at this time. I know there's a lot on your screen, so what I'm going to do is I'll take off radar just so you can have an idea of where we are. So the purple box is the tornado warning, or pink. Now it's out of Meat Camp, it's out of Boone, it's headed towards Obids now. This is going to be in the southern portion of Ashe County, south of Clifton, south of Jefferson. So Mill Creek, Fleetwood, Brownwood, Yates, Latson, Patton's Ridge. You guys will need to be weather aware and just know that we have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect until 2 a.m. In addition to it, we have a tornado warning in effect until 2 a.m. So this is all but out of Ashe County at this point. Really, this is the area of concern. However, we still have this warning in effect until 2 a.m. So it looks like the National Weather Service is going to keep the warning in effect until 2 a.m. But if it does expire, then we'll hop off and go from there, because I think the rest of the evening, I do think things are going to kind of calm down some. As this line will continue to move, so we're going to have a couple of cells to try to drift through the foothills, as you see it here, through Lenoir, Little River, Yadkin Valley, Mulberry. Let's see. And outside of the severe weather, Avery, you're getting some downpours now. Plumtree, Jonas Bridge, Newland, the Globe. And so a severe thunderstorm watch is in effect until 4 a.m. Now, this tornado warning is going to expire here in about 17 minutes. So this warning is going to expire. However, this storm is basically out of the area now. Obids, you'll get the last of it. So just go ahead and ride this out until it's basically out of Ashe County. If I stop the radar loop here, you can see where, like, all but gone from Ashe County. So you can see this is like the county line right through here. So we're going to just kind of watch this last little bit clear out. And let's see how fast they're moving now. Radar just updated, so the storms are moving at least 30 miles an hour at this point. Still some lightning, still some heavy rain. It looks like the severe thunderstorm warning is going to be trimmed back to Ashe County. It's like Watauga County will be removed from the thunderstorm warning, severe thunderstorm warning. So Ashe and Wilkes County will remain for at least another 16 minutes in the warning. Watauga County will be removed from the severe thunderstorm warning at this time. Tornado warning is ongoing. It will likely be updated, if not canceled. Heavy rain is now drifting to the east slightly, nudging to the southeast towards Lenoir tonight. This section of the storm is not severe over in Caldwell County. Burke County, not severe, heavy rain coming through. Grassy Creek. Let's see. Update it. I know there's a lot happening tonight. The storms are probably waking some of you up. Thank you for joining us late tonight. It's always good to be safe and heed the warnings, and remember to stay weather aware. We have a number of tools on WCNC.com, WCNC Plus, so when we're not on the air, you can always get updates and cut-ins. That tornado watch has been canceled. Right now, as you can see, it has been removed from the screen tonight, as the storm has has continued to show signs of weakening, so the National Weather Service has canceled that tornado warning. The severe thunderstorm warning, on the other hand, remains in effect until 2 a.m., which is only about 11 more minutes. And that severe thunderstorm warning is in effect for Ashe and Wilkes counties, as well as Watauga County. Watauga, I can tell you that the worst of that storm has since passed you to the east, as you can really see from the returns on radar where we have the bright reds. This is where the strongest part of the storm is now, drifting to the east and southeast. So we're going to wrap things up here at WCNC Charlotte. I want to thank all of you for heeding the warnings tonight. Just be mindful of the pockets of heavy rain that we are receiving through the overnights. This could lead to some areas of localized flooding. We could have some tree branches and limbs down through the early morning hours for tomorrow. So as you get an early start to your day, allow some extra time for your morning drive. And of course, our Wake Up Charlotte weather team will be here tomorrow morning to get you out the door. And of course, keep it here in the event we have any additional alerts for tonight. Hope you guys have a safe night, and we'll join you guys through the overnight and early tomorrow morning right here on WCNC Charlotte. Have a good night.